I want to show you what I've been playing around with to convert the color space for the HLG trick. So I'm creating a 3D LUT for reshade, okay? So what is that? So this is not a solutions video, so I'm not gonna explain you exactly how to do this and that because I don't have a solution. But you can play around with this. I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing, and if you are an expert, help me, tell me, you know, how far I am from the truth, and if there is something I can do here to get a better result. I'm not getting a colorimeter yet because I want to get something good, so I'm still figuring that out. So I know I need an instrument to properly calibrate for what I want to do. But tell me how far I am from the truth if you know better. And if you don't, you can play around with this. This is what I've been doing. So basically, I am using reshade for the game. So reshade is a post-processing injector, okay, for the game. So it's very popular, reshade. Many people use that. So again, I'm not gonna explain you how to download that. I will do that once I have the solution. I'm gonna walk you through how to do everything, but I don't have the solution yet. So I am using reshade, and to create the 3D LUT, I am using DisplayCAL, okay, DisplayCAL. So you just download DisplayCAL, and it comes with this tool that is called Create 3D LUT, okay. So what we are doing here is creating a 3D LUT for reshade, so we can load that 3D LUT on reshade. So what is a 3D LUT? What is that? So basically, the TV has a wide color gamut capabilities, okay. So on SDR, the color space is Rec 709, okay. So let's say we have, you know, the visible colors for the human eye, and inside that we have some color spaces depending on the capabilities of the TV. So the standard for SDR is Rec 709, and we're trying to use this HLG trick on HDR. So on HDR you have DCI P3 or BT2020. So what I'm trying to do with this 3D LUT is converting that Rec 709 color space to DCI P3, okay, or even BT2020. So what that does is basically the color information works like this. I think I'm still learning, but this is the way I think it works. You have the white point in the middle, and from that white point you have a three-dimensional lookup table. That's what LUT means, lookup table. So basically the coordinates for the colors are like something like this. Give me 30% of this tone of blue. So 30% is this distance from the center, from that white point. So on Rec 709, that 30%, if the content is on Rec 709, is gonna be the correct color. It's going to display the correct color. But when we use, for example, that color gamut on native on the TV, we are not on Rec 709, we are on DCI P3. So 30% on a larger coordinate is going to display the wrong color, okay? So that's what's happening. That's why the colors are overly saturated and incorrect. So basically, yeah, so the display is supposed to display this color, the color that is here, okay? 30% that is here. If we are on color gamut native, 30% is not here, is farther away. That's why the colors are messed up. So the 3D LUT is like a map. It's to remap the colors, okay? So the same color that is supposed to be in that 30%, that same color should be on a different coordinate on that bigger color space, okay? So having a bigger color space doesn't mean necessarily that all the colors are supposed to be overly saturated. But based on my research, and I've been reading AVS forums, which is sometimes a pain because Those people sometimes should be on the UFC. They're just fighting, and I don't know why. There's so much negativity and aggression about this TV settings. Not a big deal, man. Just share your knowledge and that's it. We're just trying to make this look good. I don't see why it should be so aggressive. So I'm just trying to learn, and I've read from people who know on that forum and other places that HDR and a bigger color space, it is supposed to look more colorful. Okay, that doesn't mean that skin tones are supposed to look like a lobster, or things are not supposed to look incorrect, but the saturation is supposed to be higher, especially because you have a higher dynamic range in terms of the luminance. Okay, and also I've been getting a better idea about how gamma and the luminance affect the colors. So before I have this idea of, okay, this is the color blue. If you increase the luminance, it's still the same color. No, it is not. It is not the same color. If blue is brighter, it's a different blue. So in that way, you can understand why HDR and the colors is it's another story. So what I'm doing here with this Create 3D LUT tool on DisplayCAL. So I'm using DisplayCAL. So of course, with DisplayCAL, you can calibrate the TV. Basically, you can use this program, DisplayCAL, and use your colorimeter and create the 3D LUT with using measurements. So you can actually do it here. But what I am using here on this Create 3D LUT is I am using some default profiles and some default information that comes with the program to create the 3D LUT without measurement. So I know it's impossible to get it right, but I would not be surprised if I can find a better solution using this than with just setting native color gamut on the TV. I might be able to find a better one. So what I do here is we have the option to select source profile. We can select here that the source is gonna be on Rec 709. I guess this is the best option because that's what we're doing, sRGB or Rec 709. That's where this, that's the source, the signal source. I think that's what it means, source profile. And then we can select here the tone curve, hybrid log gamma, that's HLG. And then we can select here the content color space. So I'm not sure here, but I think this one should be DCI P3 or Rec 2020. So I am not sure if I should select here Rec 709 and then here DCI P3. I've tried both. They both look incorrect to me. So what I do is basically come here, and then this one is important, rendering intent. We have many options here, which I have no idea which one is better. Absolute colorimetric with white point scaling, luminance matched appearance, perceptual. I have no idea what of these options. I need to study and see what they're doing. So we create the 3D LUT file format for reshade. So this is very important here. So what we do is just create 3D LUT. We click here, create 3D LUT. We select the folder. We just okay, and it creates the 3D LUT. So again, that 3D LUT is basically just giving you remapping the coordinates. Okay, so again, we have a smaller color space on SDR, and this exact blue color, okay, on this point, on this coordinate, from that white point on the center, that same color is going to be on a different coordinate if you are on a bigger color space. So if this works perfect, it should display the same color, you know, if you are if you're using this 3D LUT and the system is trying to display this color, which is on the 30% on Rec 709, it should display the same color, but it's going to be a different coordinate on the bigger color space. I think that's what's supposed to happen, but it's looking wrong. It's not looking right, and I'm gonna show you that on the game. So this is yeah. So it finished creating the 3D LUT. So we come here. These are the files that program creates. It's creating some ICC profiles for. There are some programs. So on Windows we have color management options, and on this DisplayCAL we also have this tool here, DisplayCAL profile, and it allows you to use these ICC profiles and change the Windows color management. But that is only useful for applications that are color control, basically. Applications that allow these profiles to work. And games are not those applications. So this is not relevant for games, but you have these ICC profiles that are created by that 3D LUT. But the important thing is the rest of the files. So what you do is you copy all these files that the program is creating. Not all of them. I mean, the ICC profiles are not necessary, but it doesn't matter. You can just copy this, and you can copy this and copy it on the texture folder of reshade. So you know, when you install reshade for the game, you have a shaders folder and a texture folder. So you copy that on the texture folder, and what you need to do is to copy the name of the file. So instead of the LUT, so the program, the texture folder comes with a file that is called LUT, L-U-T. So what you can do, two things. You can either change the name of these files that the program created to LUT, so it works automatically, or you can just copy the name of the file here. And I'm gonna show you on the game what we do. So basically, we come to the game, we open reshade, and we search for LUT, L-U-T. So we select that LUT, and you see how the colors are changing? They don't look better. So we change to that LUT, and we just come here, and the LUT texture name, we change that to what it is, which is in this case color lookup table .png. So this is the file that we created with that tool, and we have to also change this LUT tile amount from 32 to 64, and this one also the tile size from 32, which is the default, to 64. Okay, and that's it. We just click one button and we can see the changes. And what we do on the TV, so this is supposed to work with HLG. We just go here on the TV, step on select mode, 111, 3, 111. It changed to HLG, but it looks wildly incorrect. It looks terrible. Of course, it's looking that bad also because I am on color gamut native, so I have to use auto. Otherwise, it's gonna be, because you know what I'm doing is converting Rec 709, so I have to use auto. No, not this. I am on native, so I'm gonna change it to auto. So you see how it looks. I just use the color control app. Let me open the color control app here. Yeah, so just opening the color control app. Let me get rid of this. So on the color control app, I'm gonna change it from native to auto. here, color gamut, auto. Oh, I have to be on it on HDR, so I can change it for the HDR. So I change Windows to HDR. Of course, it looks washed out because I have HLG on, but it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna turn it off immediately. Just change that color gamut to auto and turn it back off. So now I come here to the game and the color gamut should be on auto. So now it still looks wrong. Let me see. It still looks wrong. It looks bad, super bad. So yeah, I've been playing around with that. It's not giving me a good result, but maybe I'm not selecting the best settings. So let me know which one is supposed to arrive to better result. This looks very wrong. Color gamut on native looks a lot better than this. So let me know which one is, if you know, what of these options I should be selecting. Should I be selecting here DCI P3, HLG, and then here SDR, Rec 709, Rec 1886. Should I do that instead? I tried that, and also what should I select here on rendering intent, saturation, perceptual, relative colorimetric, absolute colorimetric. I don't know. So I'm studying and see which one of this is the correct one, and then of course I have to create the 3D LUT myself by doing measurements using a colorimeter. That's the only way to get an accurate result. But if I can get something here that's better than that color gamut on native, it would be great. I don't think that's gonna be possible. That color gamut on native is doing a very good job. It's not accurate, but it doesn't look awful. It doesn't. I mean, I've been comparing, for example, Far Cry 6, which has a perfect HDR in my opinion. In terms of the colors, it's perfect. So on SDR, Far Cry 6 looks a little bit, I wouldn't say less colorful, but yes, it looks less colorful. So the HDR gives you a richer color palette. So HDR and a bigger color space, it is supposed to be more colorful. That doesn't mean that the skin tones are supposed to look incorrect, but it is supposed to look more colorful, and it does. So I've been comparing the HDR colors of Far Cry 6 with this HLG trick with color gamut on native, and it is not too far. It is not too far. The only difference that I can clearly see is that red push on that color gamut native is too much. That red push is too much. I mean, most people are not going to tell that difference, but it is visible. But the rest, so the level, I would say this, the level of saturation looks right. So it doesn't look like, HLG with color gamut on native is like wildly overly saturated. No, it looks incorrect, but the level of saturation is that's what it is. So yeah, so let me know if you play with this. Let me know if you find the better way, or if you're an expert, tell me what is that I'm supposed to do here. You can tell me, hey, what you're supposed to do for what you're trying to do is these are the options. You're not going to get an accurate result because of course you have to create the 3D LUT with an instrument, otherwise there's no way you can get this right. But this is what you're targeting, this is what you're doing here. These are the options that you should be targeting when once you get that colorimeter, once you do the measurements. So let me know.